Everybody, Jake here. It is Wednesday, April the 29th, 2024 p.m. coming at you from New York City. How's it going out there? Hope you're having a great day. Last time we spoke, we were talking about how the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And so I just want to build on that idea. Because I kind of thought about it a little bit more and I broke it down into a really simple terms because that's the way I have to break it down to understand it. And so don't be insulted. I'm just doing it to make it easier. Right, we were talking about inequality and, you know, how some people are making bank right now off of this and everybody else is unemployed and waiting for checks, like me. Yay, still haven't gotten unemployment. Oh well. Gives me more time to think about things. So anyway, the idea, right? Here's how I see it. If you go to a playground, right, and there's a seesaw there, and there's two kids on it. There's one kid that's a really, really big kid, fat, okay, we're not name calling, but heavy kid on one side, and a much smaller kid on the other side, right? So how does that work out on a seesaw? Because it's supposed to be up and down, everybody up and down, taking turns, whee! Well, what ends up happening is the fat kid never gets to go to the top because why? Well, because it's impossible just because of the weight, right? Because of the weight of the kid, the seesaw, he's never going to get up to the top and be able to stay up there. He's not even going to be able to get balanced. He's always going to be on the bottom. He's going to be down there in the dirt and sitting on his butt, and the other kid's going to be up there and is going to have the view and isn't going to get dirty and is going to basically get to take the ride that the other kid wants to take too. Right? And, this fat kid on the bottom, he hangs out there and stays there because every once in a while, the kid on top throws down sodas and candy and McDonald's and, kind of like all the poison stuff that gets marketed towards the lower half of the 99%, let's just say, right? Everybody on the bottom kind of gets treats every now and then from the top, and so they hang out and they play the game because it works out for them a little bit. So I guess my question to you is, if the kid on top represents the 1% and the fat kid on the bottom represents the rest of us, the 99%, what do you think might happen if the fat kid says, you know what? This game stinks. I don't want to play anymore. And he just decides to get off. Well, the kid that's sitting up there on the top, he goes, shoot, and crashes, falls down, breaks his butt, right? And then he gets all dirty and messy and he cries, he's upset. But you know what? The game's not fair. The game is rigged because that kid is always going to win that game. But if we change the game, perhaps if we pick another thing at the playground to play on, like a merry-go-round, right? You go round and round, it's level, it's even. The only thing that you have to do to make it work is run like crazy. Run your butt off, and then everybody gets to jump on and take the ride. Doesn't matter who you are. So that's my little seesaw theory, right? What happens if we decide to get off the bottom and change the game? It's happening, people. It's happening. Now's the time. But while we're talking about destroying the world and kind of wrecking things, let's think of a positive solution, right? How can we make the U.S. and maybe the world a better place right here, right now? If we started today, what could we do today to make the world a better place? I have a suggestion. I know you knew I would. What if we did something so crazy and so logical that it worked? And what I'm talking about is what I consider to be one of the best ideas that has never been used. And that is, what if we got rid of or retrained the IRS to do something else besides our taxes? What if we got rid of the tax system altogether in the country? And instead of people paying taxes on what they make and being able to take deductions and loopholes and paying accountants and, trying to cheat, because at tax time, you know what? Everybody cheats. You have to. It's hard not to. But the more money you make, probably the more people do cheat. Right? But what if we had a flat tax? A flat sales tax. I'll say it again. A flat sales tax. So you don't pay taxes on what you make, no matter what it is. You only pay taxes on what you spend. Every dollar you spend, automatically, your federal, state, and whatever local taxes tacked on is taken out right then and there. Doesn't discriminate. If you make $5 billion a year or, whatever, more power to you. Go out there and you get it. But when you go and you buy a $45 million mansion in San Diego during the middle of a pandemic, guess what? You pay taxes on it right then and there on that $45 million you just spent for two people to live in a house. Or if you're like me and you don't make that kind of money, you still pay tax on every dollar that you spend. When you go to the grocery store, you go do laundry or whatever it is that you spend your money on. One of the big benefits about this is it catches taxes from people that normally don't pay them. Think about it. If a drug dealer makes all their money off the books, or an illegal immigrant is making their money off the books, oh God, cleaning pools and doing stuff like that nobody else wants to do, but just for argument's sake, right? One of these people, whenever they spend a dollar, they're paying taxes. They don't have to file anything. So, the drug dealer wants to buy his cool car or whatever, his mansion, fortress, safe house, whatever it is. As soon as the money's spent, taxes are out. Just really crystal clear. So, do me a favor. Talk to people about it. Discuss amongst yourselves. And get back to me, because unless somebody can really point out something startling and that I'm missing, I can't see how it's a bad idea, unless you are trying to somehow beat the system and not pay your taxes by using a loophole or writing tons of things off. It just makes sense. If you're not one of those people that are trying to beat the system, then why would anybody have a problem with it at all? And it would collect so much more than what is collected now. And like I said, you make it, you keep it. You spend it, then you pay tax on it. Anyway, pass that idea around, talk about it seriously. Let's figure out, now is the time, folks. This is the only chance in our lifetime that we are going to have to make gigantic changes, because as you can see, what's going on isn't working. It's ripe for the taking and the changing. So don't be that fat kid on the seesaw. Get off. And you know what else? If you're staying in place and you've been a diligent citizen, congratulations, and keep up the good work. But do make sure you get yourself outside, because you know what? What they're not telling you is that when you stay in place for long periods of time, like we are now, and you don't get outside, your immune system starts to get compromised and goes down, so that when you do finally go back out, mask or not, you're going to get sick. Not just from COVID or a cold or the flu. You're going to get sick from anything. All right? So just keep that in mind. And just take care of yourself. And stay positive. All right. Thanks for listening, as always. And until next time, stay tuned.